Recently I made a short where I asked why do viewers swipe away or click away from a video, because I want to get better at making content here on YouTube. It was also to see if I can make a short longer than a few seconds without hurting the video. This was mainly because of the swipe away stats on shorts. What YouTube uses to see if it should continue to push your content is audience retention, meaning the more people that actually stay and watch the full video and even rewatch the video is really what matters the most. You would really think likes and comments and stuff would also really matter, but it kind of doesn't, as some of the shorts I made that have the most views actually have the least amount of comments and likes, but also at the same time gained more subscribers, which is a very confusing situation. Now that I gave that short time to sit and finish getting pushed, as well as looking at the other shorts, I'm starting to see the main points that pushes a short more, but I'm also starting to see the issues with how YouTube actually recommends these videos. The main things would be like video title and audience retention, but it's really not that simple of a generalization. From what I'm learning, you not only need a video that people find interesting, but interesting enough to stay and watch all the way through. Now that part would be a pretty simple observation, but there's a little more to this. You see, I don't serve a general population form of content. I actually create more of a niche. The average person in this world doesn't really care about gaming news and opinions. We are actually a niche in this medium, which can be hard to understand, especially when you can see relative content get large amounts of views. From my perspective, those videos do get large amounts of views because they already have a audience they built up over time, even if those videos would have been something that the viewers would have never went out of their way to look up naturally. I would even say that their audience finds them as a curator of sorts. They see those channels as a way to find out new topics and news and stuff within this niche without needing to go out of the way to find it themselves. But my point being the issue with how YouTube recommends content. You see, not every video is for every person. So even if you make a video that people find interesting enough to stay and watch within your genre, YouTube will actually still push your video to people who are not even interested in the first place. The way this was a perspective I come to at this point is actually the search term statistics within a video's analytics. You see, I have a video here that is about the game Road to Vostok. It has a very clear and defined title, the description is very relevant, the hashtag is the literal game name, and as well as the category being set correctly and the tags being pretty darn specific. Let's take a look at the search terms that were used by viewers in which YouTube recommended this video to. The first one being the game name Road to Vostok. That's clear cut and correct. This video should indeed be sent to those looking for this game. But now look at every other search term. None of them have anything to do with Road to Vostok. Why would YouTube recommend this video to someone searching for, what is this, Naruto aura moments? That's not even game related. And this pattern continues across the board with like anime search terms, movie search terms, and more relevant search terms that just make no sense. You can even see the negative impact that had to the video's analytics, as every one of those either instantly swiped away or didn't even click in the first place. And that's one of the main points YouTube uses to push that video. A high retention rate is extremely important. Even stepping away from the analytics, I started to think about how YouTube constantly recommends things that are completely irrelevant to me personally. I have to filter through this crap that I have no interest in all the time. It's very obvious to me now that if you are still watching this video at this time, clearly it's relevant to you some way, somehow. But how many people has this video actually been recommended to that have zero interest in this topic? They will have zero interest, paying no mind to this video, hurting its analytics. And this is just because YouTube decided to recommend it to someone searching for something completely different? This was very obviously the case with the gaming videos on this channel. How am I supposed to grow a channel when YouTube is pushing my videos to people that have zero interest in the content? I'm currently trying to see if I have the ability to sway the algorithm to only serve my content to whom it's relevant to, but I still have yet to find success with it. It genuinely seems to be out of my control, meaning content is getting recommended to viewers when it's completely irrelevant, and it is YouTube's fault. So that answers that question, why people swipe away or click away or just disregard a video in the first place, you know, outside of the quality of the content. Now, I also proposed the thought of, is it possible to make a short longer than a few seconds? Because honestly, there's a lot of headline talk over the past few years about people having, you know, no attention span whatsoever, but I really don't think that's the case, honestly, as my longer shorts have done just as well as my shorter shorts, if not actually way freaking better. So luckily that means I don't have to stress about the length of my videos and rather can just focus on making the content I want to make as best I can and improve my craft in hopes that when my video does actually reach its intended audience, they find it worthy of their time and maybe even their support with things like likes, comments, and subscriptions, but most importantly, sharing my content with people who would actually find it relevant to them. Also, if I do end up making a video that you find enjoyable and I've somehow managed to earn your respect, please consider just sharing it with your friends who would actually be relevant to, because YouTube doesn't seem to do it quite well, and I genuinely want to try and grow this channel. I'm Josh V, subscribe to Rapid Fire and give me your takes on this entire concept. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.